Alrighty, Friday, October 6th. So looking at the 4-hour chart here in SPY, still in this downtrend. Had some news come out at 8:30 this morning. Something about labor numbers or unemployment numbers. I'm not really sure. But anyway, we had a pretty big sell-off around 8:30 this morning. I'll zoom into a smaller time frame so you can see that sell-off. So basically in about 1 minute, we dumped about 4 points, which is a pretty significant dump on SPY. So dump on those 8:30 numbers and it just kind of stair-stepping down a little bit. Since recovered some of that move, it might look to recover the rest of it. We're going to watch that level. Go ahead and mark that out here with this rectangle. So I'm just going to mark out this imbalance after that sell-off this morning. I'm going to have that up on the chart. Also going to be zooming back out to the 4-hour chart just so you can see this continuous downtrend. We did dip below here. We did dip pretty low here, not quite to the low of the other day, around 418, but we did get close to that swing low down here on the 4-hour chart. So going to go ahead and go to the 15-minute time frame, see if we can find some imbalances. I kind of looked at it this morning. I didn't really see much left over from yesterday. We kind of just sold off here, picked up some liquidity down here, and then recovered at the end of the day. So not really many imbalances to speak of left over from yesterday's price action or Wednesday for that matter. And that price action that was left over from earlier this week, that imbalance has already been filled. So not really much on the 15-minute chart aside from that dump we had at 8:30 this morning. We'll go ahead and pull up the daily chart, go ahead and draw out some daily lines close to where price action is trading like we always do. So we'll go ahead and pull up the line tool. So price action is trading right around this 422 mark right here. So we're going to go ahead and draw out some daily lines close to that level. And as you can see, 2 days ago was the open where price action is currently trading and almost corresponds to the low from this day as well. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out a daily line right there. I'm going to mark it yellow so I know it's a daily line. And then we'll draw a couple more. We'll draw out the close from this day since it's sort of close. And then also we'll just go ahead and mark out the low from yesterday as well. Not really seeing much above. We did close right up here yesterday and the day before. And this also corresponds to the low from a couple days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and mark out that daily level as well. And aside from that, not really many other daily levels to look at. We're just on this big downtrend, even on the daily chart, as you can see. So we're just going to keep watching for these short entries. Not really going to be looking to take any long plays until we can maybe get back above some of this price action left over from a week or two ago. And also, last thing, we'll go ahead and drop back down to the 15-minute chart. That's where I like to look for my daily pivots. So we'll go ahead and pull up these daily pivots here. And this one's pretty close to where this daily line is. So I'm going to mark that one in white just so I know it's kind of a stronger area to watch because it's a daily line and also a daily pivot. So we could have some rejections or some bounce plays off of that level. Let's see if there's any more. We got one way down here. I'm just going to mark this one blue just because I know. So I know it's not a daily pivot that corresponds to any other lines on the chart. So it's solely just a daily pivot only. And we'll go ahead and mark out this one as well. Right there, and one more above. All right, so again, we are looking for these levels to hit. The market's actually been open for about a minute and a half now, so we will go ahead and zoom back down to the 1-minute chart just so we can see what's going on as of the open. And I got the volume profile over here on the right as always, so we're just going to be watching this imbalance fill, possibly a rejection off of this top of this imbalance fill, which also corresponds to that daily line. And then we're going to be watching this daily pivot above as well. So we are only 2 minutes into the trading day, but I do want to watch this area right here for a higher low to form, possibly. This is a strong area of could be support because, again, we have that daily line and the daily pivot. So as you can see, we did bounce off this area right at the open. So I'm going to be possibly looking for a higher low to form for possibly a call entry to come up and fill some of this imbalance. Not really too keen on taking calls when we have such a big downtrend on the higher time frames, but we might just look for a small little scalp off of that level if we can get that higher low forming right there. All right, I'm going to take a small position there to stop below the swing low. Again, this may not work out because we are kind of fighting the trend here a little bit. All right, so I went ahead and took that off. So tight stop below that little swing low right there. Wasn't super confident on that play because again we are kind of fighting the trend on the bigger time frame, but it was worth a stab. Again, there was a lot of support here, daily pivot as well as a daily line, and we were putting in a higher low right here, so took a stab on that play, but ended up cutting it when the swing low broke. I'm going to take another stab here. This rejection play off of the daily pivot. Might look to add if we come back down here and break these lows. So consolidating right here, which is not great. Oh yeah, that was definitely not great. Wow. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me today. All right, so no audio on that last play. I was really focused in the entry, so I didn't really have time to talk through it. But anyway, we came back up here to this POC after I got stopped out on this play right here. Nice rejection off of this POC, picked up some liquidity right here at the top of this imbalance, and formed this lower high, and that's where I took that third entry. This luckily dropped all the way back down here to this consolidation, and ended up taking all the contracts off the table right down here to this consolidation for a really nice winner. So as you can see from the first two trades, they were both losing trades, but luckily I had good risk management and ended up stopping out, right as it broke either the swing high or the swing low, depending on which play you were looking at. So really tight stop on those first two plays, and that's why these entries, they work out great because not only do they offer an entry, but they offer a stop. So as soon as the stop hits, just get out of the trade, move on to the next one, and that's how you manage risk really well with these scalps. So anyway, the first two trades were obviously losers, but the second trade ended up offering me a really nice move down to this consolidation and ended up actually putting me green on the day. So overall 152 on the day, and I will take that and move on. I consider today really fortunate, especially since I had two losing trades to start off the day, and we're going to go ahead and call it. We're going to take the green and walk away. So thanks again for watching these videos. Leave a like if you enjoy the content. Leave any questions in the comments below, and as always, we'll see you next time.